Layouts, and today I am using Allison's sketch support, sketch number 20. I'm actually going to follow along more with her layout. So I do take it to a double page layout. I'm following the layout that she uses with this double page layout, but I loved this layout with all of the 2x2 squares. So I am pulling both of those layouts together to create this layout. The layout that she created, she used Simple Stories Bro & Co. And I had that, so I was like, yep, I am doing that. So I love those 2x2 squares. I wanted to have that, and I had the perfect photos for that. Now I do add the 1/4 inch strip around 3 sides on this paper, but it actually doesn't end up working, and so I didn't really keep a whole lot of that in because I knew that I was going to change it out for a white piece of paper. I pulled out my stitch square die so that I could give a little bit of texture or extraness to the 2x2 squares, so it wasn't just 2x2s. And I really like the way that that came out. Some of them didn't turn out exactly, like I didn't get the 2x2 square exactly right, but I'm okay with that. It's not a big deal. Some of them I tucked in, so it really didn't bother me. These photos here are of Eli. He was in the living room, so this had to have been the weekend, because usually he likes to bring his video game system into the living room so that he can play his video games on the big TV. I only allow that on the weekends. And he is on the couch cushion that he has moved to the floor. And he fell asleep playing his video game with his headset on and everything. I went out there and took some pictures before I turned out all of the lights, and I just thought he was super cute, you know, just sprawled out on the couch cushions with his headset on. I pulled the 2x2 squares out, and I did 1 row of the 2x2s on the right hand side of the layout, and then I did 3 photos on the right hand side, and the 4th I'm going to go ahead and add that 4x4 card that says I have control issues. I couldn't find a 4x6 card that would fit there and would work with this collection. The orange paper that I'd back the photo with is from Echo Park. They have a Dots and Stripes collection, and so I pulled that out. It is a little bit of a different color orange, but I just wanted something behind that photo because all of the 2x2 squares are there, and I wanted to give it a little bit of extra dimension there. I do also go ahead and back the 4x4 card on white, and I also put it up on fun foam so that it stands out a little bit against that yellow paper. I did have a piece of that strip on the right hand side. I used a 1/4 inch strip on the left hand side, but I used an 1/8 inch strip. That was not planned. It was because I couldn't cut the 1/4 inch strips the same size, which, you know, I think I've said that before, and I'm okay with that. And I actually like the way that it is, you know, larger on one side and smaller on the other. Before I started my embellishments, I felt like the white needed a little bit something, so I went ahead and pulled out my spray inks. I have these spray inks. They're called firework spray. They're a little bit smaller, but you can buy, I think, 3 to a package, and I picked them up on Amazon. I've had them for quite a while, and so, you know, you're able to get a lot more colors, and they're smaller, so they don't last forever like I feel like some of the bottles do, because all I use them for is splatters, so I'm only using just a little bit of it. I do have the sticker sheet as well as the ephemera pieces, so I'm just looking through both of those, trying to figure out how I am going to do my clusters, and I'm really following very closely to what Allison did. She is such an amazing scrapbooker, and you know, sometimes when there is an awesome layout out there, when you scrap lift it, you can, you know, scrap lift it exactly the same, which I'm doing very similar here using the exact same papers, or you can take your own, you know, and just take bits and pieces of it. And that's what I love about scrapbooking, because we can give credit to all of these fabulous designers and people who put their product out there. It's not really product, but their layouts out there, and gives us ideas. I went ahead and pulled out the chipboard piece for this banner because I felt like over on the far left hand side it was getting a little lost, and that banner just filled in that space over there. I originally pulled out these ear pods and put them up there at the top, but then I found big headphones that more mimic the headphones that he has, and so I wanted to add that there, but I just couldn't get it to work. So what I decided to do was add a orange label sticker, and then I also have a little circle there that says level up. I was having issues with getting it to line up like I wanted it to. I think I gave you guys a review recently, or I said probably in a previous video, that Walmart has matte photos, which I love because I prefer matte photos over glossy photos, and they are 9 cents regardless of how many you get, so that's always nice to, you know, just pick up a couple or pick up a bunch of them. But what I've noticed is that once you put something down on it, it is really hard to get it up without having residue, and so that was one of the issues that I was having up there in that small cluster. Was I had to cover up some of the adhesive, and it was adhesive from the chipboard, which we know doesn't have a lot of adhesive, and it still just stuck right to that photo. So it must be something that they use when they are printing them. I did make the bigger headset work over there next to the title, which my title is going to be Epic Gamer. And I picked up a peachy cheap deal that had the embellishments to this collection. So it was like an extra sheet of stickers, an extra ephemera pack, things like that. But it also included the stamp, and I really like the stamp because it has a bunch of different stars on it. I love all of the dimension that this layout has with the stamps. Obviously those are flat on the layout. Then I have stickers. Then I have some chipboard. I have some of the pieces up on fun foam. I have the thickers that I guess have the foam behind it, so they have a little bit of dimension as well. And I just love that. I did go ahead and pull out my typewriter to write my journaling. And I recently showed you guys in a haul video this cut-a-line that I recently purchased. So this video was filmed before I purchased that, and when my friend Abby told me about the cut-a-line, I was like, oh, I can use the stuff that I already have. So you can see here in this layout where I pulled both of those items out trying to use them. And while it does work, I still wasn't able to get it perfectly straight. And so that's why I decided to just break down and buy it. Now these are a lot better than what I am able to do with my paper trimmer, but they're still not the same width. There are a couple that are fatter than the others. I am glad that I picked that up, and hopefully you guys will see me use those in a video really soon. When I was laying these strips down, I realized that I was laying them over that white paper, so I went ahead and inked the edges. Even though I didn't ink the edges of any of the other pieces, I felt like it just helped it stand out against that white paper. Alright, so here is my final layout, as well as some close-ups. I want to thank Allison for putting her layout inspirations up on her YouTube channel, as well as in Scrapbook Generations. She, again, I will say it many times, she's an amazing scrapbooker, and I love being able to see all of her inspiration. So I will link her below so you guys can go check her out if you haven't already. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.